Say theoretically you let things get out of hand. For whatever reason, you've made the decision to make the final boss of your campaign a god, and now you're worried your players are too OP for it to be a challenge. I'll be assuming your players are at your table for an intense or difficult experience and not for a good old-fashioned power fantasy, because in the latter case, a relatively weak final boss wouldn't be a problem as long as you sell the drama of the ending.
Dear NPC Scott, my man, are you playing 3.5 or something? Anyway, I've got 3 ideas for you. 1. Add a roleplay challenge to the fight. I personally use this option all the time. Make a fight memorable and difficult because your players are challenged to make a choice regarding whether the consequences of killing a god are worth it. Give them something interesting to express their characters with in this final moment of the story. For example, this being could necessitate the existence of this domain. If the god in question is a death god, maybe killing it would make everyone immortal, forced to wither and gray with time but never being allowed to die. The world would become a terrible and twisted place, full of ever-decaying life, never set free from its material form. If you don't know, walk over here and scroll down my script because I made the text huge. Make this clear to your players before the fight. Some kind of oracle or avatar of the god will do to expose this information. Make sure you have a contingency plan, though, for the event that they decide that the god isn't worth killing, and have something equally satisfying in mind. Maybe a quest to imprison the god rather than kill it. Number 2, add an element of tension to the fight. In the blink of an eye, the god they're seeking to kill reveals itself. Have them roll some kind of save against the god's opening gambit of powerful spells. A success won't negate it, just lessen the damage. Reduce your party's hit points right away. Suspense will be put into the fight. If they're fighting a god, they're probably not strangers to resurrection, so it might even be weird if they go the whole fight without dying even once. If you don't think your players will appreciate this kind of ambush, try putting the boss on a timer. Give the god a powerful curse or aura that drains their stats as the fight continues. Progressively, the odds look less and less in their favor as they get closer and closer to victory, yet closer to defeat as well. You could even use the draining effects of Intellect Devourers and Shadows as well if you like stat blocks. Careful with this one though. If you take too long, the fight can drag on and it can get very, very boring. Number 3, the god's not the scary part. Let them beat the god. Once they do, the real final boss can arrive. Some kind of god eater that has come to consume the corpse of the dead deity and everything and everyone around it. Stats and abilities are meaningless to this thing. No stat block needed. No, this is a escape challenge. Rapidly make it clear to your players that there is no stopping this thing and it smells god blood on their hands. Send them running on the chase scene to end all chase scenes, hopping through planes, cleaving through monsters in their way, trying to figure out a way to get this eldritch impossible creature off of their tail. Have at least one option that you know for sure will work, but be very open to dramatic and interesting ideas that your table might come up with. For example, your cleric could know that at the top of Mount Celestia is where all sins could be cleansed, and so they have to get there to stop it. Or I guess you could do all 3 of these. Good luck.